Everyone. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Journey Kuder test that you guys are going to be taking. So to get to the correct link, if you just go to our course and then select content and then scroll down to careers and then the Journey Cooter test, you'll open that link. I also have paper instructions under the careers content as well, in case you're not able to watch the video or you do better just, step by step instruction on paper, which either one is fine. All right, so we're going to go back to the Journey Cooter test link and we're going to open it. So it's going to take you to this screen right here. I already have an account, but I'm going to show you all how to create an account. So I need to create an account is what we're going to select. And then I'm a student. And then you'll need to select your current grade level, which most of you will be freshmen. And then expected graduation year. This is just a ballpark for when you think you will be graduating college. So we'll go ahead and just select 2028. And then the journey activation code is something that I get from this company to administer to students. So we're going to be using J5882473DRQ. And then after you get all that typed in, we're going to hit next step. And then you'll need to put in your demographics. And then the reason I ask about your birth date is because you have to be over the age of 16 to take this. So go ahead and put in your birth date and then select your gender. And then on please contact me by, you can do email, text message, or neither. Me personally, I'm just going to hit neither. So then after you select those options, then you'll hit next step. And then you'll need to create a desired username. And when you hover over these question marks for the username and password, it will tell you, how long the username and password needs to be, if you need to have special characters, numbers, anything like that. Okay. So I put in my username and password. Gotta put in my password again. And then you'll need to select a security question. And then after you get all that typed in, you'll hit next step. Oh, yeah, and it will tell you after you've typed all that in if there is a username already being used. Okay, so next step. Okay, apparently that one's being used too. Sorry, give me just a second. There we go. Okay, and then you'll need to answer, are you Hispanic or Latino? You'll need to select your race, and then you agree to the terms and conditions. So after you select all those, you're going to sign me up. All right, so the Kuder Journey test is going to ask you about your interests, your skills, and your values, and it's going to tie in all three of those to decide what career path is best for you. So, based on the answers that you give it, it's going to give you occupations for the answers that you gave it. So, if you just go through there and just select random answers for these questions, is probably not going to give you valid results. So read the questions, think about them a little bit if you have to, and then answer the question. Okay. So we're going to do interests first. So go ahead and hit begin with that one. And then it's going to ask you to select the highest level of education that you expect to achieve. So this is about how long you think you want to go to school for. This is not a set in stone option. I will show you how to change it at the different levels when all three tests have been completed. Okay, so for me, I'm going to select bachelor's degree and then begin. So it's going to ask you a series of questions based on what you like. So perform for an audience. Me personally, I don't like that. Learn about recent advances in science and technology. Again, not really a fan. Work with families who are needy or poor. I like that. So you'll go through each question and each page. For right now, I'm going to just finish later. And then you'll take the skills assessment and then the values assessment. Okay. So I'm going to show you now what it looks like when you have taken all three. Okay. Like I mentioned, I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and hit log in. And then this is what your homepage should look like after you have taken all three tests. So for my interest results, it's saying my top career pathways are consumer services, human resource management, administration and administrative support, travel and tourism, family and community services. Again, this was based on the results and the questions that was asked. Okay. And then if you want to hit occupations to explore, those are some options for you as well. Okay. Same thing with the skills. So my top career pathways looks like they're about the same, just kind of shuffled a little bit. And then occupations to explore, we got a couple pages there. Okay. So to look at the results based on all three tests, you're going to go to explore occupations and occupations suggested by assessment results. Try saying that 5 times fast. Okay, in the beginning, when you had to select a education level, this is where you can change that if you want to. So since I selected bachelor's degree at the beginning, that's the options that it's going to give me every time. Okay. So it brought up occupations that require a bachelor's degree. And there's a couple pages here. So make sure that you look through all the pages if it gives you multiple pages to look at. Um, Sometimes it just gives you maybe like a few and not just pages full. So make sure and look at all those if you have options. So if you ever want to change this, so change it to master's degree, then the jobs will change. Again, I've got pages and pages to look at here. Okay. But for right now, I'm going to go back to bachelor's degree and then apply. So, to talk a little bit about these stars here. So, what's nice about this too is that when I first took this, I was interested in being a social worker. So, that's why I started. So, if you go under my portfolio and favorite occupations, any job that you star will be right here. Okay. So, let's go back. All right. So, let's look at social worker just as an example. So when you select a job, it's automatically going to bring up this overview tab. So this overview tab will kind of help you with if you select a job and you don't know anything about it or have no idea what it is. This overview tab will give you a description of it as well as some job duties. And then it also gives you some quick facts as well. Task and conditions talks about the working conditions of being a social worker. Um, Social workers, all other, have one of the highest rates of injuries and illnesses of all occupations. Talks about a typical work schedule, and talks about other job duties that you could have for this position. Interest, skills, and values. Social occupations frequently involve working with, communing with, and teaching people. Giving full attention to what other people are saying, um, occupations that satisfy ONET relationships, work value, allow employees to provide service to others, And then education and experience. So if you select the social work program, schools offering this major, it will tell you what schools in the state of Illinois that offer a social work program. And you can change this to any state, it just automatically defaults to the state you live in. So, for example, SIU should be on this. So, yeah, SIU Carbondale is on here. So, if you want to select a school, it gives you all this information about the school as well. So, you can look at their academics, majors, and programs, how much it is to apply, costs and financial aid. All that information about the school is right here. Okay. So, we're going to go back and then hit back one more time. And then salary and outlook, again, this defaults in Illinois, you can change it. You can view it by yearly salary or hourly wage, and then it compares it statewide and nationwide. And then related occupations, these are occupations that are very similar to being a social worker. So it gives you more options under the related occupations tab as well. Okay. All right. So I know we just kind of flew through that a little bit. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Um, I've been administering this test to students for over 3 years, and there's still some things that I am learning about it. But the main things that I showed you, those are the main things to look for and what will be most helpful to you when you do your discussion post. All right. So again, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. All right. Thank you.